The first show with two female heroes in quite a while was declared, featuring Yuan Bingyan and Zhuan Lu, joined by Cheng Yi and Zheng Yecheng. Outfit shows have forever been one of the crowd's #1 kinds of dramatizations. From the main male and female lead dramatizations to the later significant female lead shows, twofold male lead shows, and large male lead dramatizations, it tends to be supposed to be great. Yet, sadly, there has never been a work with twofold courageous women. Be that as it may, this kind of show is additionally just around the corner. The first show with two female heroes in quite a while was declared, featuring Yuan Bingyan and Zhuan Lu, and joined by Cheng Yi and Zheng Yecheng. As of late, there was an authority declaration that a two-female lead show in old ensemble called Hard and Luanfeng, Hold the Light was sent off. In addition to the fact that it reported the estimated start time, it additionally uncovered the possibility for the 4 driving jobs. Yuan Bingyan and Zhuan Lu lead the courageous woman. In this Hard and Luanfeng, Hold the Light, there are essentially 2 driving champions, and Yuan Bingyan and Zhuan Lu, 2 recently famous florets, have been probably booked to star. You likely know something about both of them. Yuan Bingyan made her presentation in 2012 and has featured in something like 30 exemplary dramatizations, for example, Old Nine Doors, Timeless Evening, Liu Li, Hi, Meeting You Again and Falling Blossoms, whether it is fame or prevalence. The acting abilities can be viewed as the best among the new age of entertainers. As a result of the hit broadcast of Liu Li in 2020, Yuan Bingyan's prominence gathered over the course of the years detonated immediately. With the person Xu Zuanji in the play, she has endless fans, and it is no embellishment to say that it is well known all around the web. Now that she is back as the ruler, she will act in an outfit show with 2 female heroes once more, and the crowd is loaded with assumptions. Furthermore, Zhuan Lu can likewise be known as the head of the new age of entertainers, particularly after the hit in Zheng featuring Cheng Yi, Zheng Yecheng and others in 2021, accomplished a quick ascent in prominence, yet in addition her acting abilities are significantly more noteworthy. Got an uncommon endorsement from the crowd. This year, how about we attempt the world featuring Zhuan Lu, Yang, and Zhao Lucy is likewise broadcasting in real time as she wishes. In spite of the fact that Zhuan Lu's ongoing notoriety is still distant from that of first-line entertainers, however deciding from this advancement pattern, her future possibilities can be supposed to be boundless. Presently one might say that playing a show with 2 female heroes in old costumes is exceptionally expected. Cheng Yi and Zheng Yecheng join the male lead. Albeit this Hard in the Luanfeng, Holding the Light is a show with 2 female heroes in old ensembles, it is not quite the same as the setting of the double male heroes. It doesn't just recount the account of the 2 courageous women, however makes 2 the champion in addition to the hints of the 4 jobs of the 2 male heroes. Since there are 2 male heroes in this Hard in Luanfeng, Holding the Light, the determination of competitors can be messy. It is accounted for that Cheng Yi and Zheng Yecheng, 2 male stars with great looks, acting abilities and ubiquity, have been chosen to star in the play. Cheng Yi, Zheng Yecheng, Yuan Bingyan, and Zhuan Lu can be supposed to be old accomplices. The generally famous Liu Li, Yu Zheng, and Hai are the results of their participation. The plot is superb, however the participation is perfect. Since it has been detonated and featured once more, it is without a doubt the most sweltering and loaded with subjects. As of now, the send-off of this Hard in Luanfeng, Holding the Light has been declared, and the 4 contender for the featuring job, Yuan Bingyan, Zhuan Lu, Cheng Yi, and Zheng Yecheng, have likewise gotten disclosures in a steady progression. The estimated hour of kickoff is set in the spring of the following year. I accept that there will be more precise and explicit authority declarations soon. Assuming you like it, kindly keep on focusing. 02. The finale of The Breeze Blows Penelia. Zhao Liang won and created a consistent gain, yet the courageous woman Su Bangxia was not permitted to kick the bucket. The Breeze Blows Penelia introduced the finale, and the prevalence of the series appeared to be on the ascent. At the point when we take a gander at the truth, we need to concede that Zhao Liang's acknowledgement of this show is a certain success. Furthermore, Su Bangxia, the courageous woman in the play, likewise compares to every one of the foreshadowings, and will ultimately not bite the dust. For what reason do you say that in the event that you handle the spirit of this show not to be renewed, you can momentarily remark on the implication in it? Frankly, in the event that you taste it exhaustively, you will be shocked. Su Bangxia, played by Zhao Liang, gave the crowd a moniker Sister Quanner toward the start. As the plot advances, all the thinking of the plot compares to this moniker. Su Bangxia began from gathering scrap iron, bit by bit towards the zenith of life, lastly turned into a genuine senior Sister Quanner. Be that as it may, for this name, Su Bangsha isn't willing to acknowledge it with the utmost sincerity. Simultaneously, she acknowledged this overly critical title to bring in cash and to lay out a decent relationship. This additionally completely shows face isn't worth focusing on before Su Bangsha. Also, her profound administration is to be sure exceptional. For instance, her dad's family and individuals around her called her sister Kyaner, and she was not furious. Afterward, when her stepsister called her sister Kyaner, she stepped up to the plate and said that she ought to call her sister. After Cheng Yi died, she accommodated with her dad, and it very well may be seen that she thought often about that unfair title. Nonetheless, during those striving years, she concealed her disappointment well overall. This can likewise be viewed as a mental piece of Su Bangsha's startling passing. It very well may be seen from the epithet that she has never gotten the equivalent regard of normal individuals. Moreover, deciphering the person Su Bangsha from another level, she is too unfit to kick the bucket in the business war zone. You know, Su Bangsha's prosperity is indistinguishable from the consideration of those older siblings in the beginning phase, like Wu Jianch and others. Without these men driving her to carry on with work, she could never have accomplished such a high accomplishment. Be that as it may, in the later period, the fellowship among her and those elder siblings became threatening in view of the relationship of interests. All the past consideration and favor were restricted by interests, with the goal that they were completely discarded. Much later, when Wu Jianch's steel plant reached a dead conclusion, Su Bangsha held nothing back from acknowledging them, yet that was not the genuineness of her mankind, she was only for the business to go somewhat longer. In light of the relationship in the business field, Su Bangsha has likewise fallen into a circumstance of not having the option to kick the bucket. Notwithstanding, her responsiveness and definitiveness to business has permitted her to accomplish specific brightness. For instance, she thought about staying aware of the times, put resources into the web business, and even utilize her own resources for put resources into the coordinated factors industry. Among gain and misfortune, just Su Bangsha knows best what he has acquired and what he has lost. This is likewise a spirit subject of not to kick the bucket. The last significant point is that this show has an extremely high Buddhism philosophical undertone, and it likewise appropriately communicates Su Bangsha's importance of not having the option to pass on. For the most immediate relationship, take her, Chen Yue Wan Ziyatong for instance. This plot completely made sense of the Buddhist guideline of karma and retaliation. Toward the beginning up phase of the business, Chen Yue Wan Ziyatong went ahead and Su Bangsha from contaminating the climate to win the capacity yard. Eventually, Chen Yue became sick because of contamination and taken his life. The episode in the manufacturing plant was uncovered and the business was embroiled. She needed to request that Sister Mao offer her property to remunerate the residents in the salt marshes, and, surprisingly, involved the cash in the organization record to repay the organization representatives and steel assembly line laborers, and, surprisingly, petitioned for financial protection. The karma in this has at long last been affirmed. Despite the fact that Chen Zhaoyu kicked the bucket before he passed on, his still, small voice found that the splendor of human instinct had been sublimated, so he had the option to find happiness in the hereafter and bite the dust. In any case, Su Bangsha is the pioneer with the most elevated status among the three, however he keeps on getting through the experiencing in the final part of his life, which is the consequence of not having the option to kick the bucket. Does this clarification fit the title of the first book, No Resurrection? Despite the fact that I haven't seen the finale yet, based on the closure of the ongoing story, this show is all around very much shot. Every one of the occasions and exchanges are like fascins, interlocking and reverberating to and fro. What is much more terrifying to think about is that these plots are inseparably connected to the Langu contention in 2004. Here, the huge Pier Tordal momentarily promotes the Langu discussion occurrence. In those days, the debate between the popular financial specialist Lang Xianping and Gu Chujin, the pioneer behind the Green Coal Gathering, was known as the Langu discussion. This occurrence is extremely well known. Lang Xianping besieged Gu Chujin, uncovering that Gu Chujin cleared away the country's abundance for the sake of obtaining. Lang Xianping accepted that Gu Chujin had the option to make a fortune through inappropriate means. He progressively utilized the techniques for setup for business, exploited the circumstance, betrayed clients, responded, washed up, welcomed individuals with great looks, and acquired chickens to lay eggs progressively. Clinched. According to the viewpoint of financial matters, this discussion extended to the preliminary of the first sin hypothesis of private business visionaries, which impacted the cycle and example of China for the following decade, and didn't end until 2013. Anyway, what is the connection between the Langu contention and the Breeze Blows Pinalia? Assuming we watch the plot cautiously, we will observe that Su Bangxia and his gathering's experience of making a fortune is like that of Gu Chujin in those days. In that period, nobody could truly conclude whether Su Bangxia's general iron and steel plant was correct or wrong. However, the storyline is so like authentic occasions. Watching this play now, I can moan, the writer of the first work is excessively great at composing, and the design of the play is too huge. Zhao Liang's vision in picking scripts is additionally perfect. Obviously, on the off chance that this show can stir the craving of such countless watchers to watch, we should thank the first creator, N.A. She is a business visionary herself, and these occasions are completely capable by her age, so the portrayal is so genuine. Perhaps numerous youthful watchers have close to zero familiarity with the monetary occasions of the year, and they just watch the fervor, which can be viewed as an effective diversion variation of this show, and from a more profound perspective, the specific situation and example of the plot are genuine caches and apprehensive fire. Presently, regardless of what the completion of this show is, regardless of what the consummation of the champion Su Bangxia is, she is to be sure feeling ridiculously in the deluge of history and has been splendid. Furthermore, to summarize, it additionally makes her unfit to bite the dust and human instinct. This is an unquestionable reality. Whether it is correct or wrong, and the times make legends, we can't deny her endeavors and battles. All things considered, shopping centers are like combat zones, dark felines and white felines, and the individuals who can get mice are great felines. Maybe, what this play conveys is only a battling soul, and the crowd doesn't have to dig into such a large number of ways of thinking and suggestions. Toward the start of the breeze-blowing Penelia, subsequent to watching one episode, the enormous looked at doll felt that the recording of this show was great, and Zhao Liang's acting was magnificent, so he composed many audits over and over. The episode introduced the finale, so how about we compose one more epilogue for it? This is known as a start and an end.